Hello students, a very warm welcome. Students, in the last videos we learned variety in food and nutrition. Now in this video we are going to study the value of food. See students, we get a variety of foodstuffs through the efforts of many different people. So let us always be grateful to them. We should take only as much as food we want. We should not waste food at all. But do you know students, from where do we get these foodstuffs? Who provides us? And see, there are number of people who work very hard to provide us these foodstuffs, like for example the farmers, laborers, drivers, traders, shopkeepers, fishermen, parents, and etc. So we should never waste food. Now students, let us begin with the 8th lesson, the value of food. See in this picture what we can see. Arjun and Varsha are brother and sister. They love to eat hot bajra bhakris with butter. Mother makes a number of other dishes for them to eat with bhakris. They like those too. But students, can you tell what could be those dishes that mother makes to go with bhakris? What are those dishes made from? In Varsha's and Arjun's home, they use a lot of other foodstuffs too. So from where are they obtained? So now we will see like the various foodstuffs from where they are obtained. Now we will see students, from where do we obtain the foodstuffs like wheat, rice, jowar, pulses and sugarcane we get from the farms. Then karvanda, jamun, boar and honey we get from the forest. Then the salt water, fish and salt we get from the sea or sea water. Then the freshwater fish, singadas, that are also called as water chestnuts, makhanas, the lotus seeds, that we all get from the fresh water. Then fruits and vegetables we get from the vegetable farms and fruit farms. Then the meat and the eggs we obtain from animals. But students, see, often when serving Varsha and Arjun a meal, see what does their mother says, that take only as much as you want. Food shouldn't get wasted. So what happened, one day Arjun asked his mother, why do you tell this to us every day? So mother answered, why should we waste any good thing? Besides, we must give a thought to how we get the food we eat. So let me tell you the story of bhakri. So mother tells Varsha and Arjun a story about bhakri. Now students, coming to page number 51. See, mother is telling the story of bhakri. Now we will go and understand this story of bhakri. Now see students, in the summer it's time for readying the fields. Different implements are attached to the tractor to carry out various farming tasks. First, the fields are plowed and then the crush the lumps of soil. Finally, the field is leveled to make it ready for sowing. Then the pre-monsoon showers would make the hot soil humid. See, and it is the time to sow bajra. See, within some days the bajra seed sprouts and the seedlings are seen above the ground. See, but you see some weeds are also to be removed. See, some laborers also should be employed and they have to be paid. Rainwater is enough for bajra to grow vigorously. Then students see, after a while ears of bajra appear on every stalk. The grain forms and the ears grow fuller. Now see students, what happens as the grain grows, the birds come in flocks to eat the tender grains. Then scarecrows have to be set up to frighten the birds. Even slingshots are used to frighten the birds away. When the ears of the corn are full, it is harvest time. That is, all the ears of the bajra must be cut and gathered. Then follows threshing and winnowing. This is how we get the grain from the ears of bajra. Now see students, this is called threshing, means separating grains from the corn or the crops. Now see students, this is the process of winnowing, means separating the bajra from the chaff, that is the outer covering of the seeds. But students, what happened? The story was going on. Varsha could not understand what is threshing and winnowing. So mother said, we will do an activity. Now see students, what you do, take half a basketful of dried coconut pods, divide them into two portions. Now shell the groundnuts in one portion. How long did this take you? Now put the other portion in a cloth bag and tie its mouth. Pound the bag lightly with a stone or beat it with a stick. Now take the groundnuts out in a tray and tell me, what do you see? We see the pods have burst open and the nuts have come out. This can be called threshing of the pods. Now hold the tray in both your hands. Toss its contents quickly and lightly in the air. Tell me what happens. See, when you toss the tray, the shells fall off and the nuts are left behind. But why does that happen? See, the shells are light, so they get blown by the air and fall off. The nuts are heavier and are left behind. In the same way, while winnowing too, the draught of air is used to separate the grain from the chaff. See, in this way, mother explained about threshing and winnowing to the children. And now mother started continuing the story forward. In the machine, threshing and winnowing are done at the same time. See, the harvested ears are put into the machine. The grain gets separated and falls into a bag tied to a machine. The chaff and the other rubbish gets blown off. When there are no machines, what happened? When there were no machines, bullocks were made to help with the threshing. Now see students, coming to page number 53, do you know? See, if a machine is not available, bullocks do the threshing. A round space is cleared in the field and the threshing floor is prepared. A post is erected at its center and a bullock is tied to it. The bullocks walk in circles around the post. See, we can see in this picture, students. The harvested ears are separated in the round space so that they get trampled upon by the bullock. If the crop is large in quantity, a bigger place is prepared and more bullocks are used together. Threshing may go on for several days. For the bullock too, this is heavy work. Now what happens? See, the grain obtained after winnowing is filled in sacks. Proper care is taken to make sure that it will not be attacked by insects or other pests such as mice and rats. After putting inside some grain for the family, the remaining sacks are sent to the marketplace. When the traders they buy the grain, the farmer gets money for the crop and that he has grown. But still the bhakri is not ready. What does mother say? No, of course, because the story is not finished. Still the story continues. See, now the grains that the traders buy is sold all over the countries. It is sold by means of bullock carts sometimes. It is transported by means of trucks or goods train also. It is the turn of porters and truck drivers to put into their labor. Transport costs a lot too. Now the sack grains reach the provision stores. People buy the grain from them. See, after buying the grain, people sort out stones or rubbish to clean the grain. Now see students, the grain is milled into a flour. Now see, while cooking, the flour is kneaded into lumps. The lumps are then flattened into a bhakri and roasted. See how the bhakri is getting roasted. So students, we spend on fuel too. And thus, at the end of all these, the bhakri appears in Varsha's and Arjun's plate. Students, now would it be right to waste food that we get through the efforts of many people? No, we should not waste our food. Now see students, coming to page number 54, do you know? See, singaras and makhanas are some special foods that are not very common. They are obtained from freshwater plants. Much work has to be done to collect, clean, dry, store and transport them. Now students, we will study about the other foodstuffs. See, we get fish from water. Fishermen work hard to catch them. There are people who gather and sell fruits like amla, jamun, karvanda, boar which grow in forests. Some people have vegetable farms while some people have orchards for growing fruit crops. Some people keep poultry, some rare animals for milk and meat. All these people put in a lot of hard work in their own occupation. We get a great variety of foodstuffs as a result of their efforts. The efforts and labor of many other people are also required for storing, transporting and marketing them as well as preparing the various dishes we eat. All these processes are expensive. Therefore, students, it is necessary for all of us to take care that food is not wasted. Isn't it true or not, students? Yes, it is that we should not waste our food. We should value our food. Now students, we will have a quick recap of what we have learned. See, the foodstuffs we use come from many different places such as fields, lakes, the sea and forest. Starting from preparing the field till storing the grain in warehouses, many different kinds of tasks are carried out for growing crops. Harvesting, threshing and winnowing are some of these tasks. After that, the crop is transported, sold and prepared for eating. Only then do we get food on our plates. As with growing grain, much hard work goes into producing other foodstuffs too. We must all take care to ensure that food is not wasted. And we should always remember that we get a variety of foodstuffs through the efforts of many different people. So let us always be grateful to them and never waste our food. And now coming for homework, students, you have to read, learn and write this word 10 times in your notebooks. Like the first one is bajra, second word is waste, third word is humid, fourth one fields, fifth one plow, sixth one threshing, seventh one winnowing, eighth one harvesting, ninth one poultry and the 10th one labor. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay home, stay fit, stay healthy, and stay productive.